already left our brains. We have to actually bring it back here to actually commentate the next match.
And Antwerp with Machamp and Machamp, Sceptile, and was the last one Chandelure? I missed it.
Now, what's going to be pretty interesting about this is that this is going to be a big HP difference. If you see that Machamp has 660 HP versus the low HP that is Decidueye, this is going to be a large amount of burst damage, and nice from Kerubasu being able to use the invincibility frames, or I should say,
the invisibility to get through the 5Y XX.
Yes.
And getting the grab punish.
On the dash
really good stuff.
Grab, yes. All right, JY, and that's going to be something you're going to see a lot of.
Yeah, Rising JY is so good against tall characters. Nice wake-up slap. Not going to be enough, though. That punished still. Wow.
All right, going to put it back into mid-screen a little bit. Projectiles to cancel. Oh, that was almost perfect. That's so hard. Yeah, there is a certain part of it where it can get through certain projectiles. Ooh,
It looks like 2Y after the Rising JY has been a consistent punish option. So that's something to look out for in this match for sure. And Frogadier into homing attack is going to close out the first round for Antwerp.
Simple and clean is Antwerp, making sure he takes the round with that. You know what? Frogadier is such a beautiful choice. It can actually cover the skies and cover the ground, having two shooting volleys to actually, you know, pressure your opponent with, and you can do so much in that amount of time. All right, but Antwerp, the grab, gonna siphon off a little bit of synergy here. Give me that. Thank you for donating to the church.
Kerubasu in their comfort zone now. Mega Gengar. They got full Mimikyu available as well. This character cannot be whiff punished. Mega Gengar just cannot be whiff punished. It is impossible. And this matchup's so tough for Machamp too, as we see with the perfect.
Yeah, look at that. If you saw earlier that small short charge coming in for Kerubasu, was actually pretending to do the fully charged version, but then let it go at a little moment's notice. And Machamp tried to take a little bit of safety in that by trying to jump over that, but it wasn't going to work. So eventually, just taking the round. Ooh, the dash, nice.
Not just quite able to get the punish though.
Just like Decidueye having a invincible dash on the way in. Yes.
All right, that's a punish. Nice, good job.
Lead blade for hard knockdown, or just for the shift. Yep. Yes, and
keep him in the corner. This is exactly where Sceptile wants you to be. Okay, nice. Goes in for the homing instead of setting up bullet seed traps.
And that was actually a tough spot, because if you layered it on enough, you can actually make that an unblockable situation. And I think Kerubasu knew and tried to do something about it early, but unfortunately it was too late. All right, JX, you can cancel the grab.
I think Antwerp could have burst attacked that. I'm not entirely sure, but I mean, this grab still does a ton of damage, and they have their option to burst attack anyways.
And look at this movement here. The Leech Seed, the Garden, that's gonna be a punish! Oh,
no,
it's not! We dive kick out of there! And you know what? They're trying to get one more grab. It's gonna be enough. Oh, yes!
Oh, nice. I like the puddle to get the full meter. All right, bursting.
Danger. We can actually just try to evade. Yes, we will. And stalling out a little bit. Out.
Wow,
this is actually going to be a hit. Oh my goodness. That could have spelled so much danger for Antwerp. But being the weasel, or at least the lizard that Sceptile is, being able to get out of that situation. That was ridiculous. I really thought Kerubasu actually had that comeback, being able to get that synergy again, especially using Curse, which actually builds you a good amount of synergy.
I like the character choices they've both done. They're both doing a really nice job using their Pokemon to counterpick each other on each round block. Ooh, not taking the... I was going to say not taking the unblockable, but then getting hit by that. So.
Yeah, if you have a really good jump against Mimikyu setups, unfortunately, Sceptile doesn't have the complete benefit of Libre to make it a full unblockable, but if you do have a good jump to actually evade the situation, then you can actually just take it to the skies or jump forward. All right, but now we have Antwerp's Shandy, which is, I believe, one of his better secondaries. And
oh, really? I haven't seen the Shandy one, so this will be hype.
All right, the dash, trying to get actually a little bit of... Yeah, that's going to be plenty of damage coming out from Kerubasu.
And it's not done yet either.
You thought it was done? No, we're going to have to take this full...
Those hits going into the animation did so much more damage than I thought they would. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
All right.
Chandelure very close to burst of their own though. Good block on the Smog, and that grab is just going to close it out. Not going to give Antwerp a chance to get meter on the Chandelure, and Kerubasu is going to take game number 1.
That was already a tight match coming right out the gate. And look at this. They don't even look phased by it. They're like, all right, Antwerp, he's like, you know what? We're good. We know what we want to do. We're going to go straight into the next match. All right. Now, I wonder if there's actually going to be a character change. No, there will not. It's going to go right back to the same leads. Machamp versus Decidueye. Machamp earlier doing such a great job versus Kerubasu's Decidueye. And we're going to see if there's going to be a little bit of an adaptation right off the bat. We already have 30% HP. Oh, this is going to be a lot of damage right off the bat. 1/3 of Decidueye's HP already. CA all the way through, punishing the CA on the 1,000 arrows. JX, a little bit of a whiff. 2Y, a little bit too late. Ooh, tried to be a little bit tricky with the cancel. We're able to block, backdash, all right. Pushing Kerubasu all the way to the corner. The combo, wall, not a wall
doesn't get the wall.
Ooh, and right there, you saw that? At first, he was actually trying to wait for the dash in that Kerubasu did before on the charge. And the JX gonna hit the actual...
Punching the Mimikyu, surprisingly.
Yes, the vulnerable frames of the Mimikyu chasing
He just runs in, does not care. He says, I'm gonna homing attack you.
All right, Rising JY, not low enough for the...
just barely too high.
Yes, just barely too high. Antwerp, hard knockdown, has to guess. All right, you have 2 more guesses in you. Are you gonna be able to do it? Locking, grabbing, that is plus situation right there. So he's gonna lock down the Frogadier on the back. All right, first gonna be able to actually get some more plus frames off of this. You get 1 guess, and the guess is gonna be correct. Grabbing the forward Y from Antwerp, and the adaptation from Kerubasu, keeping the Machamp contained.
Doing a really nice job also just applying pressure with that burst mode and just running with it and keeping it up for the entirety of, the rest of the round.
I think what we're seeing now is plenty of adaptation from both of these players now. Earlier, the read coming in from Antwerp, and now the adaptation from Kerubasu. It's now, I wouldn't say a battle of wills, but a battle of smarts. This might not KO. I actually thought for a second it was. And now this is going to be a definite unblockable situation. Can't really do much about it, but Juice is going for a grab.
I like, JY was weird there, but I liked that Kerubasu moved forward a little bit just to kind of mess up the spacing on, the potential blockable. That was, if it worked, it would have been cool.
It would have been cool, but you know what? When we have a little bit of low HP,
you may as well go for something,
You might as well go for something, right? Like, it'd be like a crit. Like, if it was a crit, it would already been like 110 damage just gone. But you know what? She was just like, I'll go ahead and take it. I'll take my chances. Even if it doesn't work, we go on to the next round with first on hand and Mimikyu. Is that gonna take away?
Going into Gengar is interesting. I guess going into Gengar because just having full meter. But like we said before, Sceptile, one of the characters that does really well against Gengar. That is gonna hurt though.
And not only that is gonna hurt, but it's gonna put Antwerp further away from burst. I guess. Oh, you're not taking to the skies. We can definitely cover how high that is. All right.
Okay, get a little bit of healing. This is Rage. Oh, that's gonna counter Pierce. Oh, wow, not all the hits though.
Grab.
Wow, I'm actually surprised that was able to punish. That
and
look
so
hard.
at the damage coming in from the Rage and the attack buff. Ooh, in a tight spot, adding in the whole entire garden. Gonna make.
Walked into it for detect. That was really smart stuff from Antwerp. Really quick too.
But already just like that, Antwerp being able to hold true. That was beautiful! Actually canceling in the air from the Astonish and being able to punish with the Rising JY. And that's actually a bit of character knowledge too, because that wouldn't have worked on a smaller character. Right. Sceptile being one of the taller characters to actually get hit by a Rising JY, that's a great reaction and great knowledge coming out from Kerubasu.
Kerubasu now 1 round away from advancing into round 5.
All right. A little bit of a dash, that's gonna punish the dash. What's the combo? Okay. Ooh, 2. Wanted to actually just, take a little bit of a support gauge away from it. All right. Ooh, nice.
Both of these Pokemon just ghost dashing through each other, just turning invisible every second. It looks so funny.
All right, but Antwerp, both of these players do have nearly, well, on Antwerp's side, has full synergy on deck. Oh, Shadow Mewtwo coming through, gonna actually build that synergy gauge very soon.
Yeah, I mean, one field phase win, and that's full meter for sure.
All right, patience. JY back and forth.
Ooh, good smog.
That defense debuff is gonna matter. Not fully charged. All right, nice. And no double just frame. That's going to leave a little bit of damage out. But you know what? We're going to get this heal. And we have a little bit more damage than our own opponent on the approach. Nice reaction to the board wide. Tried to get a little sneaky hex there. And it would have been done. It would have been extra damage with the defense debuff. But did you just see that?
High stance. That was so cool. High stancing over the 2x and then reacting for the crit burst attack punish. This is going to be a lot of damage. There's a defense debuff as well. This is going to be down to like 80 HP.
86 HP and having a defense and attack debuff on deck. And
also getting rid of Kerubasu's remaining meter as well.
Ooh, the delay, and that might have been an actual smart choice. JXing right into the Mimikyu so that way you fall even faster, so that way your opponent doesn't get the phase shift.
Oh,
wow.
The top hits though.
The jump 8x from downtown to hit out before the Shadow Ball could come out. Great stuff from Antwerp. And he is still in it. We are seeing now 1-1 coming in. This is coming down to the wire.
I feel like we haven't seen a ton of game 3s. I know we just saw Idol vs Sabo, which was game 3. I feel like there haven't been a ton of game 3s so far other than that one.
As we go on further into the bracket, it's not going to be too surprising.
Yeah, a lot more close matches for sure. Yeah, as we advance and people a lot closer in skill level at a very high level as well start, meeting each other in brackets.
And going with the same leads again. Before we saw adaptation coming out from Kerubasu beating the Machamp earlier, but now we're gonna see how this is gonna work out. Nice tech coming out from Antwerp. He's gonna be plus in this scenario. Tried to get in early 2x, but you know what? Kerubasu just going on the retreat, seeing what's gonna be available to her and being able to get that grab, and now she's in the driver's seat. Trying to keep Antwerp at bay in the wake-up slap. Rising JY.
Getting through the arrows. Still going to get punished, though, by the Rising JY. 6x Oki, card knockdown. Okay. Kerubasu just guessing right every time. I love that. The walk back and grab. Very sneaky.
And it's really great when you have such a movement speed such as this. So I think he pressed the button.
Yeah, he went for 8x.
Oh, I think he actually was trying to do heavy slam there, and it would have worked actually if he did it a bit sooner.
I think it looked like 8x. I think he thought that Kerubasu was going to grab, and so he went for an 8x.
If it was heavy slam, it would have been all the way on the other side of the Decidueye's burst, and it could have got a full conversion off it, maybe even KO.
Was the Decidueye in the air on burst attack? Because I think it was just a hard knockdown, right?
No, because actually ground bounces in the air and on the ground. All right, but going right into.
And just going to Chandelure instead of Sceptile now. Really interesting.
Yeah, so probably save the main for the
Anchor. Save for the Gengar. Because we've seen Anchor Chandelure every round so far, so Antwerp changing it up this time.
All right. Trying to find a little bit of something here. Smog, nice. Setting up the smog so that way you can't just throw out projectiles. And it pushes you even further back. Didn't do too much, but give Antwerp space to actually work with. So good stuff. Ooh, the just frame trying to come out to actually hit on block, but it doesn't work out. The last hit of the 6x and a tick throw. Kerubasu actually changing up their hit timings now. Ooh, this is going to be a little bit scary here. Taking the hit instead of the grab. Doesn't want to give her too much energy to work with. And
baits the anti-air. And is that going to be enough? Not quite.
Sitting with 1 HP and Dream for this Shandy, but you know what? It's not going to matter. I believe I saw Antwerp try to go for the minimize at the end, and minimize is grab. You can actually grab minimize. It's one of the minions.
Remember when you couldn't? Huh? Remember when you couldn't?
I remember when you couldn't. Yes, back in the old days.
That was,
back in Wii U Pokkén, where you couldn't actually grab minimize, and Mimikyu could just run freely.
We got the Sceptile Anchor now. Decidueye typically does very, very well against Chandelure, so I was kind of surprised to see Antwerp go Chandelure against Decidueye there.
All right. Ooh, that was a little bit of pressure on there.
This is right.
Hitting Spirit Shackle.
Yeah, this is right. Just putting in so much work right now. I love the movement from Kerubasu as well.
All right.
And they're just guessing right every single time.
And especially with the fact that that's going to lock down the Frogadier a little bit. Ooh, that was tricky! Antwerp layering on right on top of the Bullet Seed activation. Gonna reach out, nice. Gonna not do too much damage, not gonna shift, but at least it's gonna keep Kerubasu at bay. Frogadier gonna hold through, pushing her closer to the corner, and
nice.
the neutral Y gonna finish it out. Both put to their last characters.
No, this is only
my
Kerubasu's
bad.
second character.
You're right.
That's the scary part.
That's the scary part.
This Decidueye just put in so much work, knocking out 2 characters on its own.
And not only that, Kerubasu has burst on deck, gonna immediately activate it, and knowing how much of a danger it is.
Yeah, Antwerp gonna burst back in kind. This is scary.
Ooh, that was beautiful movement. Being able to jump right over attack buff. Ooh, gonna anti-air.
That was kind of lucky, I'll be honest. Kind of lucky on that direct.
Oh, this can hurt.
Burst punish? That's not gonna. Yeah, okay.
Oh, he already had to use his burst.
Oh,
so right there, nice dash up grab. No, not being able to hit out with the 5x and punish. But you know what? We tacked on a little bit of damage, and this is gonna be a tough spot. Have to deal with it. CA to CA for the answer. You see so many CA chickens here. 2Y Mimikyu.
Cancel detect. Yep, very nice.
And it's crazy for how many CAs we actually saw, but tried to catch him in the air with the Rising JY and no dice.
All right, and we are all Antwerp brought it all the way back to a last Pokemon versus last Pokemon scenario, and probably still not Antwerp will be at full HP, but like pretty close, right? And Setao, a character that also does pretty well against Shadow Mewtwo. So Antwerp definitely not out of this at all. Has, you know, started mounting a very strong comeback. That's a huge field phase win for Kerubasu, though. Just giving them so much meter to work with. And nice hit on the Vortex startup.
There is a little bit of startup in between any hit to Miracle Eye or to cancel, so that was a nice recognition from Antwerp to try to make sure he actually gets his turn back. That was a little bit scary. The cancel,
oh, this is a punish.
It's gonna be a punish indeed, and Antwerp takes it. Yes, that's gonna be Antwerp taking it 2-1, making it all the way back versus Kerubasu.
Should just let Sceptile. If you're gonna just win it, if you're gonna beat everyone with Sceptile, just lead Sceptile, right? Why even bother?
But you know what? It was just the safety in numbers. If you know you can use your other characters to actually get your opponent to, you know, whittle them down, make sure you actually get them to a certain point where it's actually doable, then why not leave your main character for your anchor? And honestly, that's what he did.
Yeah. And I was saying before, Oceania may be a region that's a little slept on right now, but Antwerp is one of my personal favorites to, you know, make it into the LCQ spot. And Antwerp right now showing us why.
But you know what? We're gonna have more action here later. Moving on to winners round 4. Oh my goodness, the Shadow Ball going in, adding on a little bit.
That was so good. The puddle to get the meter.
And not only that, having plenty of time to actually do the extra Shadow Ball. Oh my gosh, the anti-air JX going straight into the first attack. It did so much
Yeah, that was
damage.
so much damage.
All right, and look at this. Oh, and
that
was
beautiful.
Sick. Wait, where did the armor come from?
Burst Tech. Shiny Burst Tech's counter.
Oh, right. It is a counter. Yes. But that was nice. The high stance to actually evade the slide.
Yeah. Every Burst Shadow Mewtwo wants the 2x. It's like their favorite thing to do. It's like they get paid every time they push the 2x button, so they just want to push it every time. There's really good just character, not even just character knowledge, but like players of the character knowledge, right? To know that that's such like a common Shadow Mewtwo thing to do, and just to be on top of it, ready to punish it.
Yeah, it's that and doing 5Y.
This punish was so sick.
Oh yes, it was beautiful. Beautiful reaction coming out from Antwerp and being able to close it out right there.